is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Let's go, let's go!
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's 2nd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Throwing now is Wentz. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
They tried a quick hitter inside. Lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Eluding the pressure right. His throw incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And it's 3rd down. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have...
Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett, and his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
21.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
Here we go.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Watch out. Kill.
Here's the first carry from Matt Breida. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Hey, gun.
Check three.
They run for it with Breida. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
21.
Check. Crunch.
The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
I got you. 11. Go.
And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Garoppolo. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Give the sack to Fletcher Cox. Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Let's put one, Omaha. Let's put that team on the clock. Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. 53, Mike. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. 53's the Mike. 53, check 53. Wants to run. Hey, they're running. Lock. Let's go.
On third and long, it's Garoppolo. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Again, the offense will stay out there. They've converted once on this drive. What can they do here on 4th down?
5. 57's right. I got you.
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Eagles defense able to hold. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
They'll run on 1st down. Sanders. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Check 26.
On 2nd down, it's Sanders. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Now wins. Well, this is caught by Jackson. His first catch, good for 9 and a 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Safety's creeping.
On 1st down, it's Sanders. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime report.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Wentz on the give to Sanders. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. And he'll hit Jeffrey complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 18.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's first and 10. Into the red zone. Wentz. And that's complete to Jeffrey. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. They'll try to run with Sanders. And he's in. Front Eagles touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run as his guys are on the board first here tonight.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Nothing game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25.
21, here we go. 53's the mark. 53, check 53. Switch. Hey, Charlie. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike.
Garoppolo looks to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a third and long.
Watch the 12, watch the 12. 12. Check 24, check 24.
From the gun on third, Garoppolo. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
21. Here we go.
Running out of the gun here, Breida. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off, and try and chip someone at the second level.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. They'll set up a screen for Breida. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Out of the shotgun, Breida. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They run again with Breida. He's got the first down inside the 10, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A 23-yard run, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Empty. Under 10.
Right back to Sanders on first down. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
On 2nd down now, it's Sanders, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
Escaping the pressure right. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th.
Get ready. 46 down, man. 5-4. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Here we go on 4th down with Wentz. And Jeffrey's got it. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go. Waiting. Check. Watch the ball.
On 1st down, they run with Howard. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Kill. Deuce. No.
Again, it's Howard. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. And the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Shotgun now for Wentz. Aguilar has it. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A big pickup there for the Eagles' 1st down, 18 yards.
Here we go. Check. Tight. Check safety.
They'll run on 1st down. Sanders. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Another run with Sanders. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Check. Watch the ship. Hey, kill. Watch the ship.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the 1st half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the 1st target of the 2nd half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
Come on now. Great 15. 54, Mike 5-4. Down the man inside. Straight 15. Straight 15. Shoot. Shoot. Here, shoot. Check. Hey, 57.
They'll go for it. It's Wentz. That's caught by Jackson. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run with Sanders. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. And now this defense trying to use the clock to their advantage. They'll take the timeout here with 2:08 left, and then they'll have another stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. To throw is Wentz. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Deshaun Jackson there to make the grab. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. It's caught by Sanders. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 18 yards, 1st down Niners. Garoppolo to throw. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 1st down San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. He'll look to throw.
Pardon, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late-game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
Here we go,
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. 57's the mic. Rock 57. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Back to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain of 10 and a 49er 1st down. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary.
As they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
11.
Here's Mostert. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal.
36.
And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we may very well be headed to overtime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is taken at his 4. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward?
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And what an effort on the final play of regulation. All zeros on the clock, and we are headed to OT. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick 6 or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Overtime here out west, and you got a team from the Eastern time zone. Maybe their body clock's a little thrown off, or is that overhyped?
I don't think it's overhyped, and I think that for most teams, you're hoping that your mind overrules your body, because your body's looking for slippers and bedtime clothes, right? They're looking for the pajamas. But in this case, you've got to stay with it mentally. And what a lot of teams do, they never change their watches. They always say on East Coast time and just go ahead that way to try and defeat any of the effects of moving to the West.
It's 4th down.
So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on 4th down.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. I got him. 50 seconds to Mike. Hey, Zoo. Hey, watch that.
Garoppolo going to go on 4th down. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And out across midfield down to the 45. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Hey, gun. I got motion. 57's Mike. Black. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. 57, Mike.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
12. 57's Mike. Here we go.
Garoppolo. And a quick throw here. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
21. 53, Mike. Ready? 53's the Mike. 53. Check 53. Hey, Alpha.
And with the play clock about to expire, Kyle Shanahan's going to use a timeout. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT.
Here we go.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Hey, tighten down. There you go. Slam. 65. Hey, gun. 11.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. A costly mistake here at OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They'll go again with Sanders. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. One overtime. How about 2? We need another. We're still even. We'll switch sides and have that 2nd overtime in just a moment.
Here we go. 180.
On 1st down, it's Sanders, and the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
What can Wentz do now with his drive? It's caught by Jackson. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on 3rd down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it. Stuffed him for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
And he got it. The kick is good. In overtime, he's able to split the uprights. We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.